all those up off my different social media accounts so that you don't have to pay attention to all that talking and everything else. So what are we talking about today? How do you learn? Well, so let me just run through. Back when I was in college for 43 years, I actually was a deaf education major and speech pathology double major. That was my last chosen path after you change majors 13 times and spend too much money. Anyway, so how do you learn? We discovered through all the different classes that, and then other theories and everything else. Anyway, there are 4 different ways you can learn. You are a visual learner. That means you see. You are an auditory learner. That means you hear. You could be a kinesthetic learner. Kinesthetic learners, sometimes called tactile learners, learn through experiencing or doing things. They like to get involved acting out events or using their hands to touch and handle in order to understand concepts. Now, well, I'll come back to that in a sec. And then finally, the 4th way is there are reading and writing learners. All right, these types of learners are drawn to expression through writing, reading articles or books, writing in diaries, looking up words in the dictionary, and searching the internet for just about everything. So how do you learn? Well, let's talk about it for just a sec. Let's say that you want to learn how to cook gumbo. And you, of course, have seen different things on TV and you've talked to people. Maybe you've read a recipe, whatever it may be. Have you thought about this? Instead of saying, I don't know how to cook gumbo, you could say, man, I'm thankful that I'm going to learn how to cook gumbo. Or I'm thankful that I have the ability to learn how to cook gumbo. And you grab a laptop and bring it over there to the kitchen where it's not going to get wet or get splashed on or burnt or knocked off. Oh my goodness. You wouldn't believe how many times the laptops are brought to me. Well, I don't know what happened, but then when we open it up, the screen is cracked and everything because it was either hit or dropped and they don't know what happened. Sometimes it's, I don't know what the kids did. Yeah, they dropped it. Anyway, let's get back to learning. So you can take a laptop and you can load up a YouTube video or a Facebook Live video and you can watch exactly what they're doing. And they're telling you exactly what the recipe is. For example, let's talk about the Cajun Ninja. He will walk you right through every step that you need to do to make some chicken, sausage, seafood gumbo. Oh my goodness, your mouth is watering, right? Mine too. Anyway, so you can do that. You can learn everything you can right there. What else can you do? You can talk to somebody who knows how to do it already. Talk to your Facebook friends. Say, do any of my knack friends know how to do, whatever, make etouffee? And then find out who it is and then say, hey, is it possible that the next time you cook it, you can teach me? Or you can say, hey, if I buy all the ingredients, will you come over and show me? However you want to do it. So you can actually, if you can learn from that person. Now, some people can't learn from others. For example, I'm not a very good teacher. I'm not a very patient person, but I do my best. Now, if it's somebody in my family and I don't know why this is the case, I'm really not patient because I expect them just to know. So I'm working on that for me, and hopefully my family is forgiving me as we go through life together. Anyway, so you can always ask somebody to show you or model for you how to do something, right? Okay. Now, don't forget that you can always search not just on Google, but you can go into the different video platforms, YouTube, Rumble, whatever, and you can actually search for the terms that you're looking for. How to cook gumbo. And then you will find a whole bunch of videos. Watch several different ones. See if it's somebody that you can learn from, because we all know personalities don't mesh all the time. Anyway, and you can learn from that person. You can learn, like I said, you can learn from somebody in person. And then, of course, there's also remote learning. Now, not the same thing that the teachers are having to do, and I'm so thankful that I'm not one of those teachers. Oh, my goodness. But if it's a computer issue, for example, some of my clients will call me on the phone, Andy, such and such is happening, and I need some help. And if I'm at my desk or I'm in my office and I can stop and help them, I'll say, okay, well, how about if I remote in and take a look at it with you, and then if it's something I need to fix, I'll fix it. Or if it's something I can teach you how to do differently, I can do that. And a lot of times we save me a trip from going there. We save them some money, and then I can help them out, and they just pay for the time used. And they learn because I'm teaching them as we go. So that's a great way to learn also. Okay, so we've talked about those different things. Now, back to what I talked about I don't know, a week or so ago, there was a coach who this is a pro team. They lost at the end of the season. It was a suffering, a disheartening loss. Everybody was down in the dumps after it. So here he comes. It's the time to start the new season, and the coach gathers everybody together in their first team huddle in the locker room on the first day, and he drags out a football and he says, "Gentlemen, this is a football." Now these guys have already played football. I bet you some of them for 20 years by this time. But let's just run through a career. They may play Pop Warner football. They may play junior high football, high school football, then college football. Okay. So that's, if you just put high school and college together, that's probably at least 8 years right there. And chances are it's been longer than that. And then that would be only if they're a rookie with the team. These guys, they've been around forever. The point is the coach went back to the very beginning and went to the basics. And he said, this is a football. And he taught the fundamentals. Now, let me tell you, some of the best, most impressive times that I've had is going to Stephen F. Austin basketball or volleyball games and seeing the coach run through the pre-game drills with the team. They practice the fundamentals. They practice dribbling. They practice passing. They practice avoiding somebody, going around somebody. They practice shooting layups. They practice shooting jumpers. They practice shooting three-pointers. They practice shooting free throws. They get back to the basics every time, because as you run those fundamentals over and over and over and over and over, then you get better with the fundamentals. So why am I telling you that? Like I said last night, we're putting together a team of coaches, people that have experienced transformation in their lives, weight loss, getting healthier. And we're going to put together this group of people that want to learn from this team for free. And if you want to be a part of that group, if you would like to be in the transformation challenge, that was what we're going to call it, then I would love for you to let me know. Just say challenge and a message to me, and I would be happy to get your information, put you in a group. We're going to fill out a health questionnaire. We're going to take measurements, and you're going to keep those to yourself. I don't want your measurements, but we're going to use that as a starting point to know in 2 weeks or 30 days or whatever, look how much has changed, whether you've lost a single pound or not, but you've shrunk in the important areas like under your arms or around your chest or around your belly or whatever. Wow, what a difference that is going to make, even if you haven't lost any pounds. So that's what we're going to do. We're putting together a group. We're going to go to the fundamentals of weight loss and getting healthy. We're going to talk about the importance of water. We're going to talk about the balance of carbs and proteins and fats so that you know how to build a nutritious meal. We're going to the fundamentals. Some of you may have never heard that, and some of you may already be experts at it. It took me, my goodness, 40 years before I learned what I should do differently. And then it took me another probably 8 before I actually did it differently. Anyway, okay, so that's it for today. I hope you're having a fantastic afternoon. By the way, if you want to watch some good football, Army versus Navy is coming up on December 12th. It's all what they call America's game. It's always a big deal. There's going to be what they call the march in before the game, and that is really impressive to see almost all of the students from both schools enter the field, and then the other school will come on. It's going to be played at West Point this year. It has not been played in one of the host schools in forever. They always play it in one of the professional stadiums. Well, now they're not going to do it because of COVID. So it's going to be back at West Point in New York, and you're going to get a chance to see some amazing stuff. There's always a lot of camaraderie going on. There's always a lot of ribbon going on. You will see what they call a spirit spot, which is where different members of, for example, the Navy, the Naval Academy, put together videos and they show it off to each other. Or individual groups in the Navy, a whole ship may put together a video and show it off. And this is why Navy's going to beat Army, or whatever it is. And then Army does the same thing. Now, I was in the Army, and our son Andrew was in the Naval Academy. So I kind of helped, I'm not saying that I'm disloyal to Army, but you got to be proud of your kids, right? And then we have Joel, who is a Marine. So naturally, since the Marine are the men's department of the Navy, he would say, then I've got to support both of our boys. So, all right. I hope you have a fantastic afternoon. And let me tell you, I had to get me some more of my good stuff. Today is mango. Now, I love this stuff. It is good for me. In fact, people ask me how I recovered from COVID. I believe this is one of the ways, in addition to all the other stuff that I did that the doctors and scientists recommended. So, if you have any questions about that, let me know. If you want to get involved in the challenge, just send me a message and say challenge, and I would love to help you. By the way, if you are interested in any remote learning through the computer, let me know that too. If it's something I can do for you, I'd be happy to help you and we'll talk about it. If it's something I can't do for you, I will tell you that I can't do that. All right, be blessed. I hope you have a fantastic afternoon. I don't have any good music to go out right now. I didn't get a cover photo together and everything, but I'll talk to you tomorrow. Be blessed. Bye bye.